the way she plays with the pit. She jumps around them all that.
But you see how they're kind of bouncing in here and then they bounce out. They bounce in here and they bounce out. When it comes down to doggy playtime, what is it that you guys have in mind? Are you gonna let her go to the dog park, or you're gonna let her like? What are you gonna do? Doggy daycare? Like she's gonna drop them off? Or?
No, we just socialize with one dog in the park. She likes bigger dogs like these two.
But I mean, how is she? Because the thing is with large breeds is you want to keep them social and bilingual. That's what I call it, where they have to learn how to play with smaller dogs, larger dogs, wider dogs, fluffy dogs. What is your plan after 6 months to let her keep playing with dogs?
Just socialize with them. No limits, you know.
But what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna go to the dog park? You guys are gonna do like friends' houses?
Yeah,
you're gonna do doggy
they bring
daycare?
dogs over. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's real social.
But
now.
you're gonna be in charge of her, or she's gonna take her to?
She visits her. She's my dog.
Okay. Because if you want to help socialize with her, I wouldn't say take her to the dog park, but you can take her to doggy daycare. You can drop her off there. There's trainers there that will receive her, let her into a giant room with other dogs after 6 months though. We're talking about after 6 months. Because after 6 months, they can't play in here anymore. But she's social, and that's how you want to keep her. You want to keep her like how she is right now, like a social little butterfly. You want to make sure she understands how she's supposed to play. A dog starts growling at her, he's being moody. She understands you're none of my business, goodbye, and then walks away. Not starts growling back and barking at her, because that's when you're going to have a problem.
She's not used to big muscles on her like that. She's used to. Yeah. Well, she likes big dogs.
They are all big dogs.
So they have like a doggy daycare she could take her to then.
Exactly.
Oh, you need to do that.
Yeah.
And that's after 6 months?
After 6 months, yeah. So she can start doing it now if you guys want to start introducing it to her, like one day of the week. They have that where it's not by the hour, it's by the day. So what happens is, like a lot of my students, they have giant and large breeds, and they have like 1 million kids, and they work, and they have all these things happening. What they do is, not every day, but every other day, they'll drop off their dog at the doggy daycare. I have one student that does it every day. She gets the kids into the car, gets her dog into the car, drops off the kids at school, drops off the dog at the daycare, and then she comes back and picks everybody up, and then takes the dog for a walk. Because she said it just makes life so much easier. When she picks up her dog is so tired and happy, because she's been at the dog park all day. Yeah.
So what do they do at the doggy daycare? They just...
Doggy daycare, there's a giant room, and then what it is there's trainers walking around, and they have spray bottles, or they have whistles, they have something, a way to correct
They
that
teach
is
them how to
invisible.
socialize with dogs.
Yeah. So what happens is when they're playing, that's their way they break it apart. In case they see something that's coming up a little bit, then that's when it happens. That's why I wouldn't recommend the dog park for her. Not so much because I'm scared of her, I'm scared of other dogs. Yeah. Because she won't see the warnings, or another dog might hurt her, be like, why are you in my space?
Yeah,
kind of
she
thing.
loves everybody right now.
But she definitely can drop her off at the doggy daycare.
Okay.
Because there's people there that will take, just like when you check in for grooming. So you come in, people take your leash, you pop them in, you sign some paperwork, you come back and pick her up when she's exhausted and tired.
Yeah, see, that's good for you. Doggy daycare is good for you.
Yeah, and that's going to help too, because when she gets her back to the house, she's going to be exhausted. When she comes back from playing with other dogs, all these guys always come back exhausted.
Yeah.
Because we can't play the same way that they play with each other.
Yeah.
So you have 3 little pools of energy, you guys. One is your walking, the other one is your dog park or socializing with their own species, and then the other one is your one that balances everything, which is your commands and your routine and everything that structures their whole little life.
I need to find out where the doggy daycare is.
PetSmart has one.
Okay.
Yeah, and if she wants, she can watch her through the glass. They have a glass wall like this, where you can watch them playing, or you can watch them from the screen, or just drop her off and come back later to pick her up.
Yeah. Yeah, she would love that. She likes everybody and wanted to stay like everybody.
Yeah, because you want her to be a social butterfly. She meets people. She meets people on wheelchairs or on crutches, or people that are just very aggressive looking. She's like, no problem, buddy. She meets a dog that's very dramatic and barking at her. She's like, no problem.
How long will these 3 dogs do this if you left them alone?
maybe like for another 30 minutes, and then they'll start. I don't know if you noticed, they power down on each other. They do like this weird hug where they're all pretending to still play. Because they're large breeds, but they're not that strong yet. They have a lot of aches and pains. They're growing.
Yeah.
Oh God, he's gonna get
heavy.
stronger.
It's like it wipes them out.
How old are the other 2 dogs?
5 months.
It's completely different than these guys and she does with yours.
Oh,
Yeah. It makes a big difference when puppies get to play with puppies versus puppies playing with adults.
Yeah.
That's why the dog park isn't recommended, and we have the puppy playtime, which is 8 weeks to 6 months, because they don't know how to play yet. And adults already get irritated about things that they shouldn't. They're already barking about things that they need to calm down about. And then that teaches puppies how to be over dramatic about things. And then puppies, when they meet other puppies, they feel like, no, you're not supposed to do that because my older sister said no. And then they start having a whole big problem with it.
See, that's what she wants to do.
Ruby's not. Ruby's too old for her. She needs bigger guys like this that are younger.
Yeah, we got the
Yeah,
same
where everybody
problem.
doesn't really know how to play yet,
Yeah.
but they're kind of just like learning
She
together.
knows how to play with these guys. Yeah.
Ours is just too rough on everybody.
I don't know. She's perfect for Lucy.
Oh.
Both of them are. Those
This
devils
guy
too.
is finally getting nice.
Yeah, seriously.
Now
This is the
she's-
first time I've ever seen him on his back. It's great.
She doesn't even mind being on the bottom.
Because they're heavy. That's why.
Yeah.
It's like, ah.
And they're not biting to control. They're just biting to play.
They're taking turns. You flip over, I flip over, you flip over, I mouth you, you mouth me.
Yeah, I got big dogs. I get smacked with my paws and they don't care.
She's gonna be so hard.
Oh.
Take a break, muchacha. I can hear you breathing really hard. No cheap shots.
And she snuck up.
Yeah, they're already starting to get tired right now. You can hear the way they're breathing and how they're playing.
Lucy looks like she's tired. She's sitting back and watching for a bit.
They're all starting to get tired.
She said, I can put both my legs on top of this one. It doesn't even move her. Yeah, good Lucy, yeah. I'm not getting that.
Take a break.
Devil says, I'm going to get her.
So also remember, you guys, that when they're playing, like they're playing ball or frisbee or stick or whatever, halfway, time to tap everybody out.